jury has just reached a verdict, a ruling in the federal defamation trial against former President Donald Trump.
I mean, Jake, this is a significant win for E. Jean Carroll. The jury awarding her just shy of $100 million in this verdict. The argument that Carroll's team has made, which this jury seems to have completely agreed with, is that the only way to stop Donald Trump from repeating these defamatory statements is to hit him in the pocketbook, and that is what they've done.
Hey, it's Timo with the Bulwark. The verdict is in. Donald Trump has to pay $83.3 million for defaming E. Jean Carroll, who he was previously found guilty of sexually assaulting in a Bergdorf Goodman's dressing room during a civil trial recently. So, you know, we've talked about this a fair amount here, and the lawyer in this case, Robbie Kaplan, is an old friend of mine, somebody that I work with a bunch, and really, I'd recommend, if you want, we'll put the link here in the description. I had a very lengthy conversation with her that was unbelievable about this case and about her career and about the ways that she really cornered Donald Trump. The famous moment where Donald Trump points at a picture, an old picture of E. Jean Carroll, and he gets confused and thinks that it's his ex-wife, Marla Maples.
It's Marla.
You say Marla's in this photo?
That's Marla, yeah. That's my wife.
Which woman are you pointing to?
No, that's
Here.
Carroll.
Oh, the
person you just pointed to was E. Jean Carroll.
That was Robbie Kaplan that kind of unintentionally, really, she'll tell the story, confused him and backed him into a situation that was absolutely devastating for the jury. You know, if he's out there saying, oh, I would never be interested in E. Jean Carroll, and maligning her looks and insulting her and saying she's not his type. And then meanwhile, he confuses an old picture of her with his ex-wife. Well, maybe it turns out maybe she was your type, Donald. The work, I think this is important both for the politics of it, which I'm going to talk about, but just on the merits. Donald Trump is a man that has avoided accountability his entire life. All right. He's cheated over vendors. If I had $1 for every story that I'd heard from a friend or from a tipster or somebody that had emailed talking about somebody that they know that got screwed over by Donald, a plumber or a construction worker or a subcontractor, his whole life, he just took advantage of people and trusted that he would be able to manipulate the court system to his advantage, trusted that he'd be able to spend enough money to intimidate these people from challenging him. He's gone through that, frankly, at least so far, when it comes to his attempt to overthrow the election. Time and again, Donald Trump has thought he was above the law, thought that he could bully people, take advantage of people, grab people by the pussy, and not have to face any consequences from it because he's a rich man. And finally, consequences have befallen him. And I'm excited to see, hopefully, eventually, soon, Jean Carroll get the remittance, get the payment from him that she deserves. Good on her. It was not easy. You know, you knew that she was going to be smeared. She knew that she was going to be defamed. She knew that people were going to come for her. It was not easy to come forward and bring this case forward. And so good on Jean Carroll for finally bringing some accountability to Donald Trump, and good on my friend Robbie Kaplan for having the gumption to take on this case, to go right at Donald Trump, and to corner him and to really beat him at his own game in the courtroom. So A+ by Robbie Kaplan, and you got to go watch my interview with her from a few months ago. As for the politics, I do think that this gives a little lift to Nikki Haley. Now look, everybody watching this who's been on the Bulwark feed knows my view that this Republican Party is not hospitable to Nikki Haley. And that it's going to be impossible for her to get a majority of the vote among Republican voters. I think that maybe in South Carolina is an open primary state. It's her home state. Maybe some Democrats and independents can help her cross over along with a handful of moderate Republicans. But in the long run, she's going to run into a party that is MAGA, that wants Donald Trump. But I think that this result, again, gives her something that she can take to the voters. It gives her a lift with the donor class. It allows her, as she's already done on Twitter, to take on Trump and to demonstrate why he would be a weak general election candidate. And it allows her to frankly continue to insult and mock him in a way that she has done a little too late, but to pretty good effect over the past week. And I think that has long-term ramifications as we look ahead to a general election with Joe Biden. I think that the more flesh that Nikki Haley can take out of Donald Trump during this primary, the better it is for Joe Biden. So I think it's bad news, political, personal, egotistical, and financial for Donald Trump today. And that's good news for all of us. So take that into your weekend. I hope you enjoy it. I'll be back here Sunday. I've got my Sunday interview with Fred Guttenberg. We talk about school shootings, but also his work as a leader and an advocate in the fight for gun safety, but also for democracy. It's an unbelievable conversation. So I hope you come back for that. And make sure you subscribe to the feed. We'll be talking to you soon. Peace. Hey, if you like this video and our content, I'd love for you to become a Bulwark Plus member. You get bonus podcasts, you get bonus newsletters, you get bonus takes from me that maybe don't come up on the YouTube feed. You can try it out for free at thebulwark.com/free trial. The link is below in the description. We'd love to have you as a member of our community. We have great commenters and great opportunities for people who want to protect democracy.